And sunshine over the weekend. I thought it was a lovely weekend, and it carries on into the beginning of the week.
Yeah, it does. We're looking at really nice weather for the next couple of days. A little bit of a shift in the wind tomorrow, so we won't be quite as warm for tomorrow, but close enough. And then things will really shift by later this week, late Wednesday in through Thursday. Now, we'll talk about that part a little later in the show, but for now, let's focus on the next 24 hours. Right now, we're at 22 degrees. It's been gusting up to 45 kilometers per hour. We have gusts up to 45 kilometers per hour possible through the evening hours. It's 24 degrees downtown. Big Four having its grand opening sales event at Tazza Park. Tazza Park's at 23. And for tomorrow, 21. The difference is we'll have winds out of the north for much of tomorrow. So temperatures won't be quite as high as today, but still 20, 21 degrees. There will be some cloudy periods, some sunny periods. Later this week, though, we drop into the teens. So we'll talk more about that coming up, Ian.
A lot of people would appreciate some showers.
Yes, some showers. We have a good amount of rain in the longer range forecast. So when we look at late Wednesday and through Thursday, we have cooler temperatures on the way with all of that as well. So a bit of a different pace by the time we get into later this week. So enjoy the sun, enjoy the warmth right now, because this is not a long stretch of it. Here's your Capital Chef Skycam. It's moving around a little bit because we do have gusts around 40 kilometers per hour, but we are looking at decent temperatures, even though it's not showing up here. We have a little bit of an issue with our graphics reading the Environment Canada temperature right now, but we are at about 21 degrees right now. Gusts, though, 44 kilometers per hour. We've been gusting on and off between 30 and 45 kilometers per hour, and that's really going to be the story through the evening hours. We do have a lot of sunshine. Things are pretty stable. It's very nice out, and we're looking at nice for the next couple of days. But, you know, we're also looking at things changing significantly by the time we get into Thursday. That's when you'll really notice a difference. All right, when we look at the satellite radar imagery, you can see a couple things going on. You can see some activity going on to the north. That should mainly stay to the north. And just to zoom out, this is the system, and it looks like it's going to track mainly towards the east. So it doesn't look like we're going to be able to or have to deal with it here in Calgary. We will be dealing with it up the QE2 a little bit with regards to rainfall, but it's this next system that's way off the coast right now, and that's going to track in. So this is looking at the upper levels, and I just want to advance this. So this is a look at Wednesday. By late Wednesday, you can see that tracking towards us. It will start impacting the weather, creating the instability. So thunderstorms possible in many communities, especially central Alberta on Wednesday. We'll still mainly be under this ridge, but it could be unstable later in the day on Wednesday. And then Thursday is when we'll be dealing with this. This will bring in heavy rain, this will bring in thunderstorms, and this will bring in much cooler temperatures. And I'll show you that in the long range in just a second. All right, looking at the future cast, you can see that system that I talked about, that first one off to the north, that should mainly be off to the north. We will look at rainfall for Hannah, Oy, and Coronation on Tuesday from this. But most of southern Alberta, Calgary and south won't really have to deal with this system. The next system, as we talked about, is the one right now off in the Pacific, and that's really going to track in, and we're going to notice this. So severe thunderstorms certainly possible late day Wednesday along the northern foothills. We could catch the edge of this in Calgary, but less likely of us seeing it. At this point, it just looks like a 30% chance, a very small chance of any late day risk of a thunderstorm here. We may see a couple raindrops, but overall these next couple days, we're looking at sunshine with cloudy periods. We're looking at daytime highs in those 20s. It's Thursday that low from the west moves in, and we could see over 20 millimeters of rainfall from this. Some localized areas could get 30 millimeters, the areas that get the thunderstorms that will be embedded in this. But check out that daytime high, 15 degrees. So a cool down for Thursday, a cool down for Friday, absolutely well below normal. We could even see some showers carry over into Friday morning as well, but we'll bounce back into the 20s with stable weather by the weekend. That's your Capital Chef 5-day forecast.
Danielle, the only trouble spot, I guess, tomorrow would be the wind?
Yes, the winds, though, will be out of the north tomorrow, not out of the west like today. So it won't feel just quite as warm as today. So keep that in mind. Still a nice day. Lots of sunshine, just like today. We'll have maybe a little more cloudy periods out there. Environment Canada, we're not getting the temperature reads right now, but it's 22 degrees right now, and that's our daytime high, and just a degree above normal, and of course nowhere near that record of 31.1. We haven't been near breaking a heat record in a very long time, since the winter time, really. All right, so again, tomorrow 21, but those winds out of the west up to 30 kilometers per hour will be a bit of a chilly wind. Sunshine with some cloudy periods. Small chance of a late day thunderstorm on Wednesday, but we have a good chance of lots of rain and even some embedded thunderstorms and 20+ millimeters of rain for Thursday and much cooler temperatures. That's your Capital Chev 3-day forecast.
Danielle joins us now. I guess for people who can't get down to the river to get water for their plants, we are going to get some rain this week.
Yes, and we talked about putting the buckets out and having some sort of rain barrel out. Thursday will be our day where we're looking at 20+ millimeters of rain. Now, before we get there, though, we're still looking at a lot of this. So a lot of sunshine, a lot of calm, quiet weather. The only thing really going on right now is a bit of wind, 40, 45 kilometers per hour, and that's really the story for the evening hours. As we go through tomorrow won't feel quite as warm because we'll have winds out of the north rather than the west, but still getting us into the 20s, still some sunshine at times as well. And then we'll talk more about that rainfall coming up and potential thunderstorms for Thursday in just a little while. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle. Let's bring Danielle back in now as we look ahead to our 5-day forecast. A couple of nice days, a couple of rainy days. We got it all.
Yeah, we got a little bit of everything. But I would say that for all the people, you know, going to a friend's house or hanging out watching the game tonight, even though it's the Oilers, we are looking at really nice weather to be outdoors and to enjoy this evening. Yes, it's a little breezy at times, but we are sitting at 22. Now, we're not getting the temperature readings on our graphics right now, but we're 22 in Calgary right now, 22 in Banff, and 23 in Drumheller. Into the 20s for Brooks as well, and you can see mid-20s, Lethbridge over to Medicine Hat area. So we're a little above normal in most communities, about a degree or two above normal. And it's quiet. Yes, it's a little breezy at times, and that's because there's a system just to the north of us. So we're getting the wind, but we're getting the quiet weather overall, and they're getting the activity up to the north. Really as far south as Red Deer, looking at a little bit of rainfall. We are looking at a bit of a difference, though, as we go in through tomorrow, because through tomorrow we're going to see some of this move further to the south. But for the most part, southern Alberta not looking at dealing with this system. It's a system off in the Pacific right now that will be a big weather maker for us come Thursday, potentially even as early as Wednesday night. So there's that upper level low. Right now we're under this ridge of high pressure. We're getting the warmth, we're getting the stability, but this late Wednesday will start to creep in, creating up some instability in the foothills. And we will definitely get some rainfall from this on Thursday here in Calgary and much of southern Alberta. So I'm going to play this through on the future cast here. Here's that first system. Again, it will impact some areas, Hannah, and Coronation, basically areas to the east of the QE2 for tomorrow. Looking at some rainfall, could pick up a couple millimeters from that. But then there's that next system. So it's pretty calm for the next couple days, but that next system rolls in specifically for Thursday. But late Wednesday in the northern foothills, there will be some thunderstorms that will develop. Most likely we won't see this activity. Very small chance of getting that here in Calgary. Just a small risk of a thunderstorm late day Wednesday. But we'll remain in the 20s for the next couple days. Again, tomorrow with those winds out of the north won't feel quite as warm as today, but still a nice day overall. Nice for most of Wednesday, small chance of late day activity. And by Thursday, only a high of 15, so a cool day, 20+ millimeters of rain with some embedded thunderstorms, and some of those thunderstorms could make some areas get 30, 35 millimeters of rain even. That's your Capital Chev 5-day forecast. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle.
Here's your Capital Chev Skywatch camera. A beautiful day today. Now keep in mind, yes, a little breezy. You can see the bounce a little bit there, gusting 40, even 45 kilometers per hour, and that's going to be the story through the evening. But considering what they're getting up to the north and all the rain and all the activity, and we're just getting a little bit of wind, we really have a nice evening out there to enjoy, and tomorrow will be quite nice as well, just not quite as warm. So our daytime high in Calgary, 22 degrees. That's pretty much where we're sitting temperature-wise right now. Also, mid-20s for Regina. Winnipeg got to that 30-degree mark, so one of the hot spots of the country for today. So a good amount of heat, and in many cases, communities about a degree or two above normal in southern Alberta for today. Well, when we look at what's going on, though, longer term, a couple things to talk about. We, in fact, have two systems to talk about. The one going on right now in northern Alberta and starting to move through central Alberta as well. This is going to clip areas to the east of the QE2 as we head into tomorrow. So that's that weather maker. But really for southern Alberta, Calgary and south, we're not going to see this system. We just have the winds right now from the system because we're on the outer edge. The system we will see, and we will certainly notice, temperatures will drop, rain will fall, we'll even get some thunderstorms from this, is this system right now that's out in the Pacific, and that's going to track in potentially late Wednesday. We'll certainly have it in our way for Thursday, bringing a good amount of rain. So I'll talk more about that in just a second. But Salmon Arm 26 for tomorrow, almost 30 for Kamloops. There will be a decent amount of cloud cover in Kelowna and Kamloops for tomorrow, but fairly quiet in the southern interior BC. Edmonton looking at showers for tomorrow. Coronation, Hannah-Oyen and Coronation will likely see that system that I just showed you. So system number 1. For us in Calgary, really we're just looking at some sunshine with some cloudy periods. Same thing goes for much of the south for tomorrow. Temperatures in those 20s. The winds out of the north, though, will make it feel slightly cooler than what we had out there today. By the time we get into Wednesday, 23 and still quiet. Late Wednesday, we could see some thunderstorm activity, and then the rain comes for Thursday. Heavy rain, 20 to even 35 millimeters of rain, and 15 degrees is a daytime high. That's your Capital Chev 10-day trend. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle. So final peek at the weather. It's a lovely evening out there.
Beautiful evening. Tomorrow's beautiful as well. We're in for a good amount of rain, though, by Thursday, as we talked about earlier in the show. So if you don't have a rain barrel, get those salad bowls and those bins, whatever you can find to collect the rain that you may need and want to keep on the side. 21 degrees for tomorrow, but with the wind out of the north up to 30 kilometers per hour, it'll feel a little chillier than today. 23 for Wednesday, lots of sunshine, but we do have a small chance of a late day thunderstorm, and that's all ahead of what's arriving really on Thursday. Lots of rain, 20 plus millimeters, only a high of 15, so cool. And there will be local embedded thunderstorms in this, which means some communities could see about 35 millimeters of rain in Calgary. So a lot on the way later. Enjoy the nice sunshine and quiet weather while we have it. Weather window of the day brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate. And this one is from Tad Gangapade, and he says, "Summer is here." Just those words make me happy.
Looks like a tranquil place to go for a walk. Thanks for your company tonight. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow.